The moment you open your eyes, your destiny begins speaking. Before your feet touch the floor, before you check your phone, before the world even knows you're awake, your mind is already broadcasting, and what it transmits becomes the script of your life. Napoleon Hill taught that thoughts are more than passing ideas. They are spiritual seeds, and when combined with emotion and repetition, they become the architecture of reality. If your first words each day are complaints, fears, or doubt, you're planting weeds. But if your first words are focused, clear, intentional, and rich with faith, you're planting trees of greatness. Most people don't realize they're programming their future. With every sentence they whisper to themselves at dawn, your brain is listening, your spirit is listening, and the world is aligning itself with the signal you send. That's why the most successful people don't just have morning routines. They have morning declarations. They choose their words like builders choose blueprints. Say nothing carelessly, because what you say when the day is still quiet becomes a volume the world echoes back. The day doesn't respond to your to-do list. It responds to your mindset, and mindset begins with your mouth. Speak power and watch your life change. You wake up every day into a battle. Your mind already remembers yesterday. The emotions, the disappointments, the self-doubt, the voices that told you weren't good enough, they're all still there, waiting to be replayed. Most people don't realize that their first few thoughts every morning are not new. They're echoes. Echoes of pain, of failure, of fear. You reach for your phone, see a reminder of something you didn't finish, a message you've been avoiding, and your mind starts spiraling. Without even noticing, you're already reacting to the past. Napoleon Hill warned us that the subconscious mind doesn't care whether what you feed is true or false, powerful or powerless. It simply accepts. It is a silent servant, absorbing every whisper, every inner conversation, and building your outer world around it. That's why people feel stuck. They're repeating yesterday's emotions, unconsciously giving life to the same story. If you don't interrupt the cycle with intentional power, your doubts will speak louder. Your fears will rise up like they own the place. And if you stay silent, they do. Silence in the morning isn't peace if your mind is full of noise. You must be louder than your limiting beliefs. You must be louder than your habits of hesitation. You must plant new seed by force before the old weeds have a chance to grow back. That's what successful people do differently. They speak power into their day before the world can speak problems into it. They command their subconscious. They don't wait to feel confident. They say it first and feel it later. Hill said that every man and woman has the power to choose their thoughts and to dominate their mind with purpose, but that power is useless unless activated. Your destiny isn't shaped by what happened yesterday. It's shaped by what you repeat today. Speak it until your inner servant obeys. Speak it until your environment aligns. Speak it until fear backs down. Because if you don't, your inner enemy will speak for you. And if that voice wins the morning, it wins the day. Napoleon Hill defined autosuggestion as a medium through which you voluntarily feed your subconscious with creative thoughts, success principles, and powerful beliefs. In simple terms, it means repeating what you want until your mind believes it's already yours. It's more than just saying words. It's repetition plus belief, spoken with emotion, until your inner world transforms. Autosuggestion is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. It's how you reprogram your identity to match your desires. You don't rise to the level of your wishes. You rise to the level of your dominant beliefs. Hill once told the story of a man who started with nothing, flat broke, barely surviving, but he did one thing most people won't. Every morning, he repeated his vision aloud. I am wealthy. I am resourceful. I attract money with ease. I am becoming the man who can handle wealth. He said it in the mirror. He wrote it in journals. He felt it before it ever felt real. People laughed, but he kept going. Within 5 years, he had built a business, attracted investors, and reached 7 figures. Not because of luck, but because he rewired the deepest part of his mind. That's the secret. The subconscious does not argue. It does not fact-check. It simply accepts repeated instructions, especially when delivered with emotion. That's why affirmations said with power change lives, while empty words do nothing. You must feel what you say. You must say it like you already own it. Hill taught that every spoken word is a seed, and every repeated word is water. The more you repeat something, the more your mind believes it's already true. And when your inner belief changes, your actions follow. That's when doors open, people show up, ideas arrive, and courage appears. You don't manifest by accident. You manifest by decision, reinforced daily through suggestion. The problem is, most people use auto-suggestion unconsciously. They say, I can't, I'm tired, I'm not ready, and wonder why nothing changes. But if you say, I can, I'm ready, I'm becoming, and say it often, you start moving toward that identity. That's the law. Use it or it uses you. Speak your new self into existence until your subconscious has no choice but to believe. This is your new morning armor. These are the words that change your frequency, unlock your inner power, and remind your mind who's in charge. Say it slowly. Say it with belief. Say it even when you don't feel it. Every morning declare, I am focused. I am powerful. I am wealthy in mind, spirit, and results. I move with purpose. I think in solutions. I welcome opportunities. I walk in gratitude. Everything I need is already within me. Let's break it down, because each line is a key that opens a new door. I am focused. That's how you eliminate distraction before it starts. In a world full of noise and comparison, this line sharpens your mind like a blade. Focus is your superpower. Next, I am powerful. You're not waiting for motivation. You're reminding yourself that your inner strength is already awake. Say it enough times, and you'll stop doubting your own voice. Then, I am wealthy in mind, spirit, and results. This isn't just about money. It's about identity. You are calling in abundance from the inside out. I move with purpose. That's how you stop drifting. That's how you walk into rooms like you belong there. This line creates momentum. I think in solutions. You're rewiring your mind to solve, not suffer. This is how leaders think. Problems shrink when you shift from panic to power. I welcome opportunities. This primes your spirit to recognize and receive what others miss. You're opening the door for luck to find you prepared. I walk in gratitude. Gratitude is not weakness. It's expansion. It multiplies what you already have and creates more of it. And finally, everything I need is already within me. This is the anchor. This is what breaks fear, comparison, and desperation. It's the truth. You don't have to chase what you already are. These 8 lines, when said aloud daily, will rewire your subconscious, shift your energy, and transform your life. Don't whisper them. Don't rush them. Say them with fire. Say them like your future depends on it. Because it does. These words are more than affirmations. They're instructions to your spirit, blueprints for your brain, and a personal contract with your greatness. Speak them. Feel them. Become them. Your brain is not just a machine. It's a filter, a gatekeeper, a magnet. Deep inside it is something called the reticular activating system, or RAS, and it's always listening. It decides what you notice, what you ignore, what you remember, and what you chase. And here's the secret. Your RAS is trained by your words. When you say, I'm focused, your RAS starts hunting for evidence to support that. When you say, I'm broke, it filters your world to match. Your brain literally edits your experience of life based on the commands you give it. That's why affirmations aren't fluffy. They're functional. Neuroscience proves that repeated affirmations, said with deep emotion, begin to rewire the brain's neural pathways. You start creating new grooves in your mind that lead to new behaviors, decisions, and results. That's how people break old habits. That's how confidence is built. That's how success becomes a pattern instead of a wish. Look at top athletes. Before a race, they speak victory aloud. Before a shot, they whisper belief. Look at billionaires. They don't wait for the world to approve. They speak their vision out loud every morning. And CEOs? They don't just prepare presentations. They prepare their state of mind with declarations. Because they understand the war is won internally first. Hill knew this truth. He said, tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it to yourself. That means before the world believes you're great, before the bank believes you're worthy, before the clients trust you, before your family understands, You have to declare it to yourself. Loud, bold, daily. That's the power of affirmation. It programs your filter. It teaches your brain a new identity, and it turns invisible dreams into visible patterns. Your brain will start noticing people, ideas, and opportunities that match the version of you that you keep affirming. That's not magic. It's biology meeting belief. But it only works if you say it like you mean it. Whispering won't cut through years of self-doubt. You've got to say it with your chest. Your voice is not just sound, it's signal. What you repeat, your brain repeats back to you in results. Train your mind, and it will train your life. The morning is sacred. It's not just the start of your day. It's the soil where your future is planted. And the first 30 minutes? That's the gold mine. That's when your mind is most open, most vulnerable, most programmable. What you do in those minutes writes the script for your entire day. Most people waste it. They reach for their phones. They scroll through distractions, other people's lives, bad news, or nonsense. And just like that, their power is scattered. But what if you use those same 30 minutes to build your life? What if you replace chaos with clarity? That's where the morning ritual comes in. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be consistent. Tie your affirmations to something simple and repeatable. Stand in front of your mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and speak your power out loud. Go for a walk and declare your goals with every step. Take 5 deep breaths and anchor your beliefs with every exhale. This is not hype, it's training. Hill made it clear. There is no hope of success for the person who does not have a definite purpose. Your morning routine is how you lock that purpose into your system before the world gets a chance to shake it. Because once the emails hit, once the demands come, once fear tries to creep in, you've already built your defense. You've already chosen your energy. You've already programmed your focus. That's the miracle of morning. It gives you first dibs on your mindset before life adds its weight. You become proactive instead of reactive, powerful instead of passive. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your rituals. And when your rituals are rooted in clarity, purpose, and belief, everything around you starts to shift. The right words, spoken at the right time, inside the right routine, become the foundation of unstoppable momentum. The key is to stop waiting until life calms down. Start with 5 minutes. Start with one affirmation. Start with your breath. But start, because the person you become is hidden inside your morning, and it's time you went and met them. Some mornings you won't feel powerful. You'll wake up tired, drained, anxious, or just numb. Your mind might be cloudy, your body heavy, and your emotions pulling you in the wrong direction. On those days, it's easiest to stay quiet, to let your silence echo your fear. But that's exactly when you must speak the loudest, because faith doesn't wait for feelings to show up. It leads them. Napoleon Hill said it with clarity. Faith is the only known antidote for failure. He didn't say money, talent, or luck. He said faith, because faith is the power that walks even when the road is invisible. Faith says it before it sees it. And when you declare your power aloud on the days you feel weakest, something remarkable happens. You start to believe yourself. Slowly, then suddenly, your voice becomes a lifeline. Your words become bricks, stacking belief where there used to be brokenness, saying, I am focused. I am powerful. I move with purpose. When you feel loss isn't lying, it's leading. The truth isn't your emotion. The truth is your decision. And every time you choose faith over feelings, you build a little more strength. Momentum isn't born from motivation. It's born from motion. And motion starts with a sentence. That first whispered, I can maybe shaky, but it's a seed. And if you say it again tomorrow and the day after that, it grows. It breaks through the concrete of fear. It becomes your new baseline. Soon, you're not faking strength anymore. You're walking in it. Doubt has a pattern. So does faith. Doubt tells you to wait until you feel ready. Faith tells you to move anyway. And once you move, the fog lifts, confidence returns. Ideas show up. Opportunities notice you. Because life doesn't follow how you feel. It follows how you act. And words are actions. So speak even when your voice trembles. Especially then. That's when it matters most. You don't need to feel fearless to speak power. You just need to feel willing. because willingness is faith in disguise. And once faith takes one step, the world takes two. Say it anyway. Say it again. Say it until faith replaces your fear. Then watch your whole life shift. Your words are not noise, they are tools. They carve, they build, they destroy, they create. The way a builder uses a hammer. You must use your voice. Not carelessly, not occasionally, but deliberately, until the life you see inside you becomes a life surrounding you. Every morning, before anything else, speak your destiny into existence. Not once, not when it's convenient. Every single day. Say it when you believe it, and say it when you don't. Say it until belief has no choice but to show up. The truth is, you don't need luck. You need alignment. You need your thoughts, your voice, and your actions to move in one direction. Hill said it best. You either control your mind or it controls you. There is no neutral ground. If you stay silent, the old you will keep talking. If you hesitate, your fear will take the wheel. But when you speak with intention, you take your power back. That's the whole secret. Repetition with emotion changes everything. What you say, you become. So choose the words that fit your future, not your past. Look yourself in the mirror and declare who you are becoming. Say it until your spirit rises. Say it until the world listens. Because the next sentence you say could change your entire life. Take the 7-day morning declaration challenge and prove to yourself what repetition and belief can do. For the next 7 mornings, speak your power before the world speaks problems. Say it with energy. Say it with faith. Watch what shifts. If you're ready to take control of your mornings and your mindset, comment below, I choose power. This is your moment to break old cycles and build the life your future self will thank you for. Don't wait. Subscribe now for daily mindset rewiring, life-changing tools, and the success codes they never taught in school. Your new chapter starts tomorrow morning.